Hi everybody. Hopefully this is a quick update on my layout to show you what I've done and how I overcome the turnout issue. I managed to get a train running, as you can see, but unfortunately, and I'll explain why a little bit later, why I've had to crudely wire this. So I've had to wire it, get down there, and behind me to power that one line with turnouts. And again, I'll explain why in a minute. So we just start this off, hopefully. It should start. I managed to find hooks, by the way, for those 3 coaches on a well-known website. So they're all working with hooks, couplings now. I don't know how good the old large decouplings will be. Speed up a little bit. And there's the other connection. And it does mean when I switch points, the train doesn't cut out. I'll explain why in a minute. I'll have to stop it soon before it gets down to the other track connectors. I'm very pleased. Woo! I'll stop that. I wasn't watching. So that's it. I'll stop this and I'll explain what I've done and why I've done it. Back in any second now, I'll be back. Hi everybody. I'm back again. Firstly, can I thank everybody for the help you gave me regarding these turnouts. You were all spot on. This rail joiner needs to be removed and replaced with a plastic rail joiner, and a plastic rail joiner needs to go there. You then have to power both sides of the turnout. I managed to get Pico in the end, which took a while, and they confirmed what you all said. He said I have to have lots of dropper wires, which I was going to do anyway, to make sure all parts of the track were powered. And as you saw earlier, I connected point here. There are 2 rail joiners here, one in there, one there. So I powered there, and on the other side, where you saw the other connection, powered this side of the rail joiner. So this loop, right the way round, was powered. And it didn't matter which way I switched the turnouts, it didn't cut the power. And the rail joiners are there, the plastic rail joiners are there to prevent any shorts. Hence why you have to power both sides of the turnout. I was rather hoping to be able to run trains, at least both trains, because I've only got 2 tracks, 2 loops rather, but I can't. So to be able to test the track now, what I'm going to have to do is make sure I'm happy with the layout, the way the track's laid, and put the cork down underneath, then the dropper wires, and then power it to make sure it all works. Then run a couple of trains and test all the points, all the curves and so on, using 2 or 3 trains. And if I'm not happy, then lay the cork in a different position on the track, and so on. So there hasn't been much done to the layout because I was waiting for information on the turnouts. So I'm happy with what I need to do now. The only other thing I've done is the LED bulbs, light strips rather. One on each side of the layout, and another one behind me. What I did is I wired them in series. No, I didn't. I wired them in parallel, which means around here there's a switch there. That's where I brought the power in. And because I've done it in parallel, once I turn that one on, it turns all the others on. If the switch, because they've each got their own switch like that. And the only one I can have on its own is this one. Because all four are in parallel, what I want to do is loop them. So if I wanted that one on its own, I can. And that's for a later date. That wouldn't take me long to do. I put them on chains in case I want to make them higher, further off the track. But where they are now I'm happy. It lights up the track all right round the layout. And that's the only major thing I've done while I was waiting for information on the turnouts. Apart from this, which was a desktop power supply, which I wired up. And all those power connections are all regulated. So I've got two 12 volts, two 3.25 and 5.25. And if I wanted to use the 5.25 with lights, for example, I'd have to put a resistor in there, as with the 12 volts. 3.25 should be okay, other than with red LEDs. Red LEDs require slightly lower voltage, but I'll put a resistor in there anyway. These are quite easy to do, and they're very, very good. As a multiple power supply, I've done a couple of these, and they work quite well because I've tested them. And that wire there, by the way, is just a loop. These power supplies, as most desktops, require a resistance, and that would be connected to your motherboard normally. And so I looped it. You have to loop it so it thinks there's a resistance, because if I took that out, it just wouldn't power up. But that's what that is. I've really done nothing else. So what I want to do now is lay the cork. And oh, by the way, I bought one of these. It's a cutter. Because what I want to do with the cork under the track is make it the width of the track. So I can make a little embankment. It's 3mm cork. I want to use that to cut along the edge to get a neat cut. I'll do it in combination with one of those knives. But that's it. And the other, by the way, the other video I put up, I had to take down because of copyright infringement. YouTube contacted me and told me of I'm breaching the copyright law. I'm sure it's because I put Mission Impossible music in the last video. What I might do is just cut it out and put it back up. Who knows? But that's the end of this video. The next one will be when the cork's down, which might be several weeks because I've got two black 5s and the A4 twin tender A4 to rewire. So I want to rewire those first and get them working, and I'll come back to this. If I can get the cork underneath and drop the wires down, I'll run a couple of trains and I'll show you, which could be a couple of weeks now, after I've repaired the 3 locos. So thank you very much for your time. Bye for now.